Welcome to the Lucas-Nuelle booth at Didacta 2024 in the city of Cologne, Germany. Today, I'd like to take you to the booth, show you what we have. We start with motor vehicles. In the automotive sector, you can see our 3 car trains on electromobility, representing different levels of education. Whether it's the DGUV 29093 or the AMI qualification, including the qualifications from the United States of America. Our car train is here for the first stage and rescue forces. This allows emergency services to learn how to safely work on high voltage vehicles, especially in accidents. In level 2, we learn all about the different propulsion concepts. That means it's not just about electric vehicles or hybrid vehicles, but also about fuel cell vehicles. We can unlock the entire high voltage system, and we have a real high voltage system with 300 volts, which is completely safe. That means you can simply experiment freely here without encountering any problems. And then we arrive at the king discipline. Level 3S for the DGUV, essentially working in the high voltage battery. Here we have a real lithium-ion battery with 16 lithium batteries. And here the trainee can completely disassemble the entire high voltage battery, commencing with all the security measures up to the temperature sensors in place and functioning. And we can, and this is the discipline of kings, switch fault switches into the high voltage battery. That means everything is possible in this place, from simple bus errors to broken cells. Keyword broken cell. If we have enabled these errors, we can also work directly with our cell balancer here. That means here we can put in a new cell, charge it, and then simply replace it in the high voltage battery. Here we can now see our Unitrain stations, which come in a completely new design. That means here we have our Unitrain system, and behind it we have the course. We observe him. That implies we can access the course entirely here by means of touch. Which systems do we observe? Here, for instance, our fuel cell. That signifies the system exhibits the fuel cell from the vehicle. We have here a real fuel cell that processes hydrogen and oxygen completely. The next Unitrain station here shows the electric motor, or the electric drive, the HV system in the vehicle. That means here we have our 3 cards, high voltage battery, inverter, electric motor, which we can exchange. That means here we have our synchronous motor and here our asynchronous motor. And the trainee can then see wonderfully how both motors work and how this whole system is connected. In the next step, we will now move on to the topic of driver assistance systems. Here is a very modern application, our LiDAR system. So not a traditional radar, but instead a distance measuring device, which operates using light or laser-based. Of course, we also have our course here. And here we see our virtual instrument, how the LiDAR system measures our surroundings in real 360 degrees. That means what we see there is happening here in reality. Finally, we come to the topic of power electronics. Our unit train, as mentioned on power electronics, what do we see? On the first card, there are switching elements, like our solid-state relay or IGBTs. On the other hand, there are the actors. In this case, we are currently operating our DC motor, but we can easily switch to the PLT element or the LED. Now we come to the topic of building systems technology and renewable energies, and both are now merging with each other, as we will see here with this system. Here on the right side, we have our smart energy system photovoltaic with the inverter and our lithium-ion storage unit. That means we see lithium-ion storage not only in electric vehicles, but also directly in the house as a buffer. This system, of course, is equipped with the wall box. That means here we can also conveniently charge our electric vehicle. This system is linked to our smart building, and here we possess all the intelligence at present. We still have a wall box here, which controls the entire house, from the intelligent heating control, window control, light control, to our dashboard here, or our center, where we can access all settings, and of course also the charging settings of the wall box. One step further. Does it now go a bit more into bus technology here, or into a deeper understanding of the KNX bus? This connects the whole house together and this system explains wonderfully how it works. Do you prefer your training systems to be mobile, convenient, and flexible? We also offer the solution for that. Once we are here, our mobile suitcase system is dedicated to the topic of KNX and its applications. So the same thing that you find here, we now see here in a compact form and can easily work on the go and easily bring the suitcase from A to B. At present, we have this not only in the form of KNX, but also for the purpose of implementing protective measures and ensuring safety. That means, as we read here, checking the protective measures in the building according to VDEEN. That means here we have now also packed this very complex topic into this small suitcase, which you can take with you everywhere. The last system here is now a bit out of line. Here we are now in the field of control engineering and AI with our intelligent pendulum. What can it do? We will take a look at that right now. In a few attempts, the pendulum is perfectly balanced again, and we explain exactly how it works, the whole technology behind it, in this system with our artificial intelligence control unit. Now we reach a highly unique station. Here we witness our Industry 4.0 station dedicated to the production of cars. So what would otherwise require a huge hall, we can represent here in a very small space, and that in a wonderfully dynamic way. We see our different stations, which can all be assembled modularly. It begins with our assembly station, which implies that the vehicle chassis is somewhat chosen at this point. It continues on the robot, which is fully automated. Of course, we are talking about an electric vehicle, integrating the drivetrain into the vehicle. Over there, we see our selection double station, which means that now the customer can decide, depending on the order on the internet, whether he wants a regular car or if he wants to drive an SUV. And extremely important, of course, for the subsequent station, which is known as the painting station. That means here it will be determined which color the vehicle has. Finally, we have our label station where the vehicle is precisely marked so that it can be identified. And at the very end, at our handling station, it is finished and taken out of the system. In this system, from the field of Industry 4.0, AI also plays a central role. But here we are not in production, but in quality control. That means we want to know completely automated, is the product that comes out at the end right or wrong? And this is implemented fully automated by this system with the AI control unit and the camera. We'll take a look at it. That means the system drives in, it identifies the correct product, and it allows the device to pass. Let us replace it with the black element at this spot right now. We observe it is acknowledged as incorrect and sent back once more. That indicates we possess a straightforward method to fully automate quality assurance. How the whole thing works and how exactly the programming, how everything looks exactly, you will find out in this training program.